Hello and welcome to Infinity Learning. I am Avesh Bornia, the founder CEO of Infinity Learning. I founded Infinity Learning with one purpose in mind: helping people to upskill themselves. Now, initially, we decided to go about with only data analytics being the stream where we would help people to get upskilled. But now I've decided to move into different fields like digital marketing, even for that matter, helping people in terms of counseling for their career options. But that is secondary. Our primary objective is to help people in the field of data science and data analytics. Me and my team are aiming to help people from different streams and different verticals of the organizations to come together and work towards upskilling themselves. We work with tools like Excel, which is a very well known tool in the industry and it has been used for a very long time now. Apart from that, we also help people to upskill themselves into areas like Power BI, Tableau, SQL, R, and Python. With fields like AI and ML becoming very, very important, we are also focusing on those areas. In the last 4 to 5 years, we have trained more than 3 to 4,000 professionals across different domains. Our clientele includes government organizations, corporates, and educational institutions as well. So we help people who are transitioning from one career to another or who are starting their career in the field of data. We have a lot of people coming up and checking whether they can get into the field of analytics. Now, that's a very important question. A lot of people feel that it's only the people who belong to the science background who can get into analytics, but that's not true. I have helped a lot of people who come from non-science and non-technical backgrounds get into the field of data science. Yes, data science is a technical field, but if you have the willpower and you have the determination to learn, you can make inroads into this field. In the last 15 years, this field has become very, very important, and a lot of people are trying to get into this field. But the irony of the fact is that a lot of people still cannot make inroads into the field. Even if they do, and they do have the title of a data analyst or, for that matter, any data fields title in their organization, they are still not doing the actual job. The reasons differ. Sometimes organizations don't really have that kind of job roles, or they do not have those kind of projects wherein people can actually work on data. So at Infinity Learning, we help equip our learners with the right tools and also base our entire trainings on case studies. It is essential that when you are getting into the field of analytics, you focus on learning through examples. Analytics and data science particularly require you to understand everything from a practical perspective. You cannot become a master in this area only by learning and working through theoretical aspects. You need to do hands-on training. You need to be hands-on tools like Excel, Tableau, Power BI, SQL, Python, and R. These are some of the tools. Now, using those tools, you can get into different areas like artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, operational research. These tools are now being used by businesses across the globe and across industries. Organizations do have a lot of opportunities where people can get into roles related to data. But the biggest problem is a lot of people do not have the skills to get into these roles. And that is precisely why you need to enroll into any good training program that can help you to learn. There are many other ways of getting into analytics. You can be a self-learner, but you require a lot of self-motivation and discipline for that. So Infinity Learning has come up with various courses especially courses that can help you at the entry level for Excel and Power BI. We are also designing courses wherein you can learn the basics of SQL, Python, and R, using which you can master the skills and the tools and techniques required to get into the field of data science. As a beginner, Excel is the best tool to start off with because Excel equips you with various concepts such as data analysis, working with formulas and function, reporting tools like the pivot table. Apart from this, there are many other tools that Excel equips you with. Apart from Excel, a very important tool and a very easy to learn tool is Power BI. A lot of people shy away from learning new tools, but believe me, you should give yourself a chance to learn these tools. If you want to get into data science or into data analytics, Excel is the place for you to start off with. And then slowly and steadily, you can move up your way learning Power BI, Tableau, SQL, R, and Python. I would take a little bit of time and talk about R and Python. A lot of people start off with R and Python despite being from non-technical backgrounds. This is just a word of advice. You do not need to take it seriously. If you are from a non-technical background, try to avoid interacting with R and Python at your initial learning stages. The reason being, if you get into it very early, there is a very good chance that you would get confused and intimidated by a lot of programming and logic and syntactical concepts that you would need to keep in mind. Syntax is basically the way you write your programs. So I won't get a lot into this video. This is just to give you an introduction to what Infinity Learning is. At Infinity Learning, we have designed programs that can help people from the corporates, freshers, or for that matter, even people who are getting into their graduation or post-graduation. I have interacted with a lot of college principals and directors of various management institutes who have put a lot of focus on learning tools for analytics. And apart from that, if I'm talking about India particularly, the National Education Policy of, I think, 2020, which was released during COVID for the Indian educational sector, requires people to learn analytical tools. And that is where a lot of heads of the institutions are putting their foot forward and trying to incorporate these tools and software into their syllabus. They may be having it as an add-on. Now the problem is that a lot of times when these things are given as an add-on, a lot of people, a lot of students don't really look into this. But I think if you are a student enrolling into any management program and you are being offered these kind of courses at your institutes, please grab them and please grab this opportunity with both your hands. The reason being that these are the tools that will be really helpful when you get into the industry. Because a lot of times the first things they ask you is how good are you with Excel? And believe me, that is when you will feel all these add-ons that were given to you by your institutions and by the heads of the institutions and your HODs or your faculties, you would really feel very good with it. So it's important that you spend time learning these tools. So with this, I would conclude this video. And once again, I welcome you to Infinity Learning and stay tuned for videos on new tools and also how to work with these tools. So we will be teaching you how to work with these tools. We will also demonstrate to you how these tools can really be helpful in real life scenarios with real life cases.